one of the biggest expos relating to defense in Europe, that is Eurosatory. The 2026 edition focuses on key innovations. Now, one of these is drones. And to discuss how these can be used for border surveillance, we are now joined by Daniel Neff, a CEO at Rift, a French company specializing in drone surveillance. Daniel, thank you so much for being with us today. So let's start off with how exactly does your product differ from other products currently on the market?
So actually our solution provides persistent aerial surveillance over very sensitive areas such as borders, infrastructure, military bases. And the difference with what exists on the market right now is we're able to control everything from a centralized position, a centralized control center, where we can manage our fleet of drones all around the world.
And what sort of specific fittings do you have to, as we already discussed, or as we already mentioned, one of the key areas of focus is border surveillance. So can you tell us a little bit about that? How does that work, and how does your product contribute to potentially increasing security on Europeans' borders?
Mm-hmm. So we're actually not just a drone manufacturer, but we're building an ISR infrastructure, which is composed of three main bricks. The first one is our VTOL drone that you can see above us. That allows us to survey for more than 5 hours, 300-kilometer range. This is deployed in 30 seconds from our autonomous stations, which allows us to deploy up to 3 drones that can take turn to actually provide 24/7 surveillance over sensitive areas, so borders. And the key of our solution is to be able to patrol with a whole fleet of drone above borders, critical infrastructure, military bases, and being able to provide that persistence for the main clients, which are the French Ministry of the Interior, with the surveillance of islands, of critical maritime borders mainly, and then working with providers of pipeline transportation, such as NATO, that has more than 33,000 kilometers of pipeline that we inspect every month.
And so it has to be said that these sort of conversations and innovations don't come without their own context, and that is the experiences that we draw from Ukraine. So are there any specific lessons learned that have influenced how your product has developed in recent years?
Absolutely, yeah. We come from observation, from surveillance, and what we saw is that there's a need on the market not only to be able to detect threats and identify them, but also to intercept them. So what we did is we carry on our drones now as a mothership drone is able to carry different types of payloads, and here above us you can see interceptor drone that is able to detect, track a Shahed, for instance, in the Middle East, and intercept it before it crosses the border and impacts civil population.
And so one of the key topics that has emerged in Europe in recent months, particularly as Europe is doing its most to reindustrialize and build up its military capabilities, is the avoidance of fragmentation. We know that individual countries have carried out procurement individually most of the time. And so how exactly are you looking to ensure that in introducing a new product to a market, whether it be French or whether it be targeting different markets, it will be interoperable with other systems which are currently in place, and to ensure that going forward this will be potentially contributing to the wider infrastructure of European defense manufacturing?
So first of all, there are 2 ways we can operate. We can operate reactively, so we can connect to other systems on the ground, such as radars, such as any type of partner that does that detection layer. So we can interconnect with other partners in Europe, so that's a way to do it. And the other way is proactively as a patrol, and here we're connecting our fleet of drones to usually command and control systems that are available all across Europe in different countries, so we can interconnect with other systems in Europe to actually make our system work together with other systems, other sensors, other UAVs, other drones.
And finally, just very briefly, you mentioned that the French government is currently one of the most interested clients. What about other countries in Europe, specifically on NATO's eastern flank? Are you seeing much of an interest from Poland and the Baltics, for example?
Yes, we're seeing an interest in that region especially for the model we propose, which is a counter UAS as a service model, where we actually deploy our solution. We deploy one of our maritime containers containing up to 3 drones that can work collaboratively on a single mission. For instance, to protect borders, we can have one drone providing detection, the other one identification, and the third one interception. So that the whole fleet working together and operated by us RIFT as operators. And that's a model that interests armed force and security forces across Europe.
Daniel Neff, thank you very much for your time. And thank you for watching. From Paris for TVP World, Zuzanna, Jurek.